It's 8 o'clock, I'm Holly Wallis, good morning. Britain faces more travel chaos today, with most flights in and out of the UK grounded until this evening. A giant cloud of volcanic ash from Iceland continues to cover much of the country, with airspace bans in place until 7 p.m. Some flights between Northern Ireland and Scotland will resume, but Director of Safety at NATS, David Harrison, says it's not clear when restrictions will be lifted.
I think it would be inappropriate for me to guess. I think at the moment we're giving you everything we can at the moment, which is the next 12 hours, and beyond that, your guess is as good as mine at this time. It depends very much on the Met.
Nick Clegg's general election campaign appears to have been given a boost after last night's TV debate between the main party leaders. Instant polls taken afterwards gave him a lead of as much as 39%. Most of the surveys had David Cameron second and Gordon Brown third. The Foreign Office is investigating reports that a number of British nationals have been killed in a suicide bombing in Afghanistan. The Ministry of Defence has confirmed that no British military personnel were caught up in the blast. Barack Obama has set a new course for US space travel, conquering the final frontier. The president wants to send astronauts into Mars orbit within the next 3 decades. In February, he scrapped the costly Constellation Moon project. But speaking alongside Buzz Aldrin at Kennedy Space Center, Mr. Obama insisted he's fully committed to space exploration.
I understand that some believe that we should attempt a return to the surface of the moon first. But I just have to say, we've been there before. Buzz has been there. There's a lot more of space to explore and a lot more to learn when we do.
In sport, Jenson Button has gone fastest in the first practice session for this weekend's Chinese Grand Prix. The world champion was just ahead of Nico Rosberg of Mercedes, with McLaren teammate Lewis Hamilton coming third. Turning to the weather, today will be overcast with highs of 14 degrees Celsius, but forecasters are predicting a sunny weekend around most of the country. That's all the news for now. The next update's at 9.
Smoke Radio.
MPs are demanding a clampdown on alcohol misuse. A report accuses ministers of paying more attention to the drinks industry than health experts because of the money they make on tax. Our reporter Holly Wallis has more on the story.
As the country recovers from its holiday hangover, there's fresh concern that we're drinking too much. Calls to tackle Britain's booze problem have already proved controversial, but the Health Select Committee has published a scathing review on the government's lack of progress. 40,000 people from England and Wales die from alcohol abuse every year, costing the economy £55 billion. But it says introducing a minimum price on alcohol could save over 3,000 lives in England alone. The report blames ministers for pandering to drinks companies and ignoring calls for stricter regulation on duty and advertising. Critics say changes would penalise moderate drinkers, but the committee claim it would only cost people a few pence a week and would target those buying very cheap alcohol. Holly Wallis, Smoke Radio.
Smoke Radio.
And finally, the most expensive film ever made is raking in the cash. Avatar's taken more than $1 billion at cinemas worldwide, and it's only been out for 3 weeks. It's thought creator and director James Cameron's latest epic cost around $300 million to make. Turning to the weather, sunny intervals this afternoon with a current temperature of -1 in the capital. Watch out for icy conditions and expect the return of more snow overnight. I'm Holly Wallis, good afternoon.